In the last chapter of My Hero Academia, Mirio Togata returned as the hero Lemillion, using his permeation quirk to stop the Nomu from attacking Best Jeanist. But while we're all excited for Mirio's return, how did he return? And if Aries involved, Horikoshi, where's that Prime All Might though? Today we'll explore the possible ways Lemillion could have gotten his quirk back, and even some darker theories involving Trigger restoring our hero. Number 1. Aries' new powers. Obviously, if anyone suddenly is restored in some way in My Hero Academia, we have to talk about Eri. It's possible that Eri rewound Mirio to a state where he possessed his quirk, and given that in recent chapters Eri's horn was once again getting larger, this looks to be a very likely possibility. Okay, I initially thought that Eri could not rewind Mirio since her quirk and the Quirk-erasing bullets rewind someone's DNA. So once it goes back to a point before when quirks manifested in humans, it can't exactly go forward, and rewinding doesn't really do anything. But I guess I was wrong. However, it's possible that Mirio's body counted the Quirk-erasing bullet as damage to his DNA and cells, and Eri's power can rewind it like it's a wound when we saw her with Deku, thus restoring his quirk. And to be fair, the Quirk-erasing bullets were made using Eri's blood, so perhaps they don't actually use her quirk or her powers to their full ability when quote-unquote destroying the quirk factor. And speaking of Eri's abilities, her true powers aren't even known yet. Monoma can't even copy her rewind quirk, so it's possible while the heroes were fighting the villains, she's unlocked the ability to fast forward. Maybe she'll get 2 horns from this. Okay, I'm editing this right now, and I realized I made an entire video devoted to the fact that Eri could never rewind or restore Mirio and bring back his quirk. Just realized that we're all human, and I made a mistake. But if Eri does have new powers, and she can rewind or restore Mirio's quirk, well, she has been hanging out a lot with All Might back at UA. Just saying. Number 2. Quirk-erasing bullets. To reiterate, it's possible the Quirk-erasing bullets don't exactly do what Eri does when she rewinds or erases quirks, and therefore her quirk could still be used to rewind someone who's hit by these bullets, just like an injury. The Quirk-erasing bullets may just have a time limit. As we saw with the prototypes, Tamaki Yamajiki's quirk was only blocked for a short period of time, so the finished product may just last longer and block quirk activation for months instead of a few hours before the effects eventually subside. This is especially true if the bullets are actually made with Eri's quirk and they operate similarly, since her quirk is now changing with her horn growing, so maybe Eri's so-called hold or block on someone's quirk is gone with this new growth. If Eri's quirk can change and grow, then anything made with it could then also change or lose its effect and expire. If she gets tired, then something could run out. We just don't know for sure. Lastly, and perhaps the most compelling piece of evidence, the Quirk-erasing bullets were never meant to be permanent. That's right, in the episode detailing Chisaki's master plan, he clearly states that the Shie Hasakai were producing a serum that would counteract and reverse the effects of the Quirk-erasing bullets to restore heroes. This would allow Chisaki's organization to have a monopoly on quirk destruction and restoration, selling their product to both ambitious villains and desperate heroes. Therefore, no matter how the bullets actually function, they can never do permanent, irreversible damage to someone's quirk factor. And even if they did, again, Eri might be able to rewind this since it counts as damage to the body. I really like the ideas that the heroes found a serum to reverse the effects of the bullets, because this would tie in nicely with Fat Gum and Tamaki obtaining evidence from the prototype bullets. I can just imagine the police and the heroes working behind the scenes all this time to find a serum, especially with the heroes already wanting a way to counter the opposite of these bullets, Trigger. Which brings us to our third possibility. Number 3. Trigger. What if Mirio can now use his quirk because he's now using Trigger? No, I don't truly think Mirio is addicted to that hero lifestyle. However, given the severity of the battle currently taking place, what if Mirio used Trigger to boost his abilities, and by doing this, the Trigger drug temporarily restored his quirk to a normal range? If there's any amount of quirk left in him, this could happen. It could raise it to the normal levels, or even a tiny amount that would still allow Mirio to be a hero for a very short while. While there may be amazing character development to be had watching Mirio struggle with the fact that he'll never be a hero again unless he keeps taking a substance that ruins his body, I'm not sure how this would resolve. And Mirio isn't the type of person to be at rock bottom since his quirk is gone. Actually, all things considered, he's been pretty happy. The only reason I mention this one is it'd be a way to restore Mirio in a dark manner that doesn't take away from the consequences of a hero losing their quirk. Now, I'm not against Eri unlocking new powers, fast forwarding, rewinding Mirio, and I especially love the theory that the heroes might have made a serum to counteract the effects of the Quirk-erasing bullets. But if Eri was involved in restoring Mirio, then there's automatic questions that are raised. The most prominent being, well, can Eri just restore Prime All Might? And these questions about, well, why can't we just have Eri do it this way so it's easy for the heroes, will continue to pop up and bug me as a My Hero Academia fan, so I really hope, and I do trust that Horikoshi knows what direction he's going with the story in restoring Mirio, but keeping some consequences in the story. As for the All Might Prime form and little Eri rewind gimmick, I do have an answer for that question. Everything else she can do, I don't know. Yes, Eri could restore All Might from his emaciated state to that of a normal man, but I don't believe she can restore his quirk because it wasn't damaged. He wasn't hit by a quirk-erasing bullet. His quirk wasn't taken. He willingly transferred it to Deku. No harm, no foul, no thing to rewind or restore. She could, of course, however, restore people's wounds, like Nejire's burns, Bakugo, hopefully, and this power will have to be used wisely by Horikoshi to keep the story having consequences, especially now that Mirio is back. Think about this, with Eri's powers, Toyo Todoroki could be healed of his burns and scars. Little redemption arc on the horizon? Unfortunately, I don't think Eri can help with therapy, and my goodness, does the Todoroki family need that? Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. What's your theory on how Mirio has returned? Was it Eri? Was it the serum? And if it was Eri, how does the story progress knowing that this consequence of losing a quirk is undoable? As always, thanks for watching. If you guys like My Hero Academia content, be sure to enroll at UA today by subscribing. And until next time, hero or villain, plus ultra.